Hey there and welcome to another Cosmoconscious Academy video. I'm Hafa and I help you wake up to who you are and to the cosmic reality that is and has always been around us. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 10 steps to free yourself, for you to free yourself from the collective unconscious. So first I'm going to be sharing with you very briefly some theory to contextualize. You've probably heard about it, but yeah, I think it is important for us to contextualize, and then I'll share the tips with you. So, the collective unconscious was coined by Carl Jung, and it refers to the unconscious mind and shared mental concepts. Mental concepts that, in his opinion, they were common to everybody, to every human being in the world, even when there was no such thing as, for example, the internet, phones, even ships, He believed that there were these concepts that were common to each and every person, each and every human being on this planet. His idea was simply that certain structures and predispositions of the unconscious are common to all of us on an inherited, species-specific, genetic basis. So he believed it was inherited. And what kind of thing was he referring to? These predispositions, these concepts were things such as instincts and archetypes, for example. It's sort of something that was common for everybody. And somehow he believed it was in our unconscious mind, in the unconscious mind of every human being. And I got this paragraph that I've just read from Wikipedia, okay, very easy to find. You can type collective unconscious, Carl Jung, you'll find it. So, and I've also made some notes. I'm going to be reading more often in this video, so please don't mind it. So I believe that he wasn't wrong. There are things that can be inherited, and we have certain reactions and instincts that are common to everybody, or like for most of us. Okay, we can't deny that. But I believe that it is not only inherited, but it can be changing. Okay, so and it can be being built constantly as well. I really believe that our collective unconscious, it is not something that never changes. It can change all the time. You know what I mean? There are influences that affect it. And that's what I'm gonna be sharing with you. Like, I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts with you. And if they make sense to you, I really hope they help you somehow. So, and how is it being built constantly, as I said? For example, by the way we've been living in our society through the ages, and the ages change, and I believe the collective unconscious changes as well. By what we hear people saying, by the media, by the news, by the things that are presented to us and being constantly reinforced until we believe that's the only truth about certain aspects, for example. I think that really contributes to form the collective unconscious. So, in my opinion, basically, the collective unconscious is made by whatever affects our unconscious mind, our unconscious minds, right, in a collective way. And the sources of these things that affect our unconscious mind may vary, and they vary. And I'd also like to emphasize that if you're watching me, you probably will agree with me that this kind of information can come from this physical reality, what we call physical reality, but it can also come from different dimensions, some that are closer to us, some that are not so close, but especially if the source of the information has the intention to deliver, to send out this kind of information to us. And these things, they can be good for us or bad for us. My intention is not to focus only on the good things or on the bad things. I'm just saying that both exist, and being aware of that is important if you want to raise your level of awareness about yourself and about how you've been behaving, about what is affecting you. And I'd also like to emphasize that we are not our unconscious mind. So if you want to start living from a higher perspective, it's important to keep that in mind. And let's get into the tips now. So first one is self-observation, as I always say. So bring awareness to your life, to your thoughts, to your actions, and if you're interested in that, you can even take notes and it will really help you. And the second one is, whenever you're making up your mind about something, make sure you see and compare different points of view. Then ask yourself why you tend to believe or like more one point of view, one option than the other. And also check if the reasons why you're making a decision are really yours. This is crucial. In my opinion, it is crucial. Asking yourself why you prefer something rather than something else. But it's very interesting. You will unveil many things about you've been absorbing from the world, from the ways you were raised, and etc. So the third one, always check how you feel about things beyond your thoughts. Those thoughts that we think, like sentences, beyond that. What do I mean by that? Try to reach how you feel, the core of yourself, your essence. A great source of information about how you really feel about things is your heart chakra. Try to get in touch with your essence. Beyond the mind, your thoughts, you can feel that. And then, always question if you're really reaching your essence. So that's number 5. Always question if you're really reaching your essence, or if it is just an instinctive feeling or an instinctive reaction, for example. And there's nothing wrong about instincts, alright? I'm just saying that it's interesting to be aware of what is navigating you at the moment, Number 6, keep in mind that there is always a choice, that you have the power to choose to go this way or that way. It sounds like something simple, but we don't keep that in mind 24/7, I believe, because our brain is the brain is kind of lazy, it doesn't want to spend a lot of energy. It likes the automatic mode. If you want to raise your awareness level, it's important to keep that in mind, to keep reminding yourself of these things. So, bringing this idea of, I can choose to do something different today, Bringing this idea to your day will get you out of the automatic mode. So that's also bringing awareness. 7, analyze your dreams. Or it could be dreams or even your unconscious astral projections when you're out of your body, but you're unconscious. That's a great source of, it's a great tool for you to understand what's going on in your unconscious mind. What are your unconscious behaviors, and why are you behaving that way? It's pretty cool because you're able to notice what's going on there, so you can fix it, so you can fix whatever has to be fixed. And if there isn't anything in that experience, in that dream that has to be fixed, it's alright, but it's interesting to know what is happening. A great example of that was that many years ago, but it has happened other times, more recently, but there was this experience that got my attention, but there were similar experiences to this one that I'm going to be sharing with you, and you'll understand that. It was that I was unconscious, out of my body, I think it was in the library, and a woman, I don't really think she was my guide, but she was helping me, and she just grabbed a mirror and put it in front of me, and I saw that my hair was really messy, And she probably said something to me, like, look at yourself, something like that. But she was helping me. It was, I don't remember right now what I was going through. I think I was a teenager, probably. You know, teenagers. But I was probably really, my mind was probably really messy and confused, you know. And she helped me by showing me what was going on, you know. Like, look at yourself, figure out a way of fixing it, basically. And I'm really grateful for that. And after that, like many years after, I've been able to look at myself in a mirror out of my body as soon as I woke up, you know, from being unconscious to being conscious out of my body and looking at myself in the mirror. And I saw that my hair was messy, and what that was a reflection of my state of consciousness. So analyzing your dreams is a great way of bringing awareness to your unconscious mind. And let's keep in mind that our unconscious mind is made by our unconscious, like based on our personal experiences, but it is also made by the collective unconscious. It's like a mixture of that, you know? So if you want to raise your level of awareness, I think it's really worth digging your unconscious mind. And the eighth tip is meditate. And meditating is really interesting because a lot of people, they aren't able to meditate. And it is really not such an easy task, you know, especially if you're not used to doing it. But it can be fun, and it can be, like, you can get so much out of it if you kind of do it in a smart way. So first of all, don't be scared or overwhelmed or anxious about what comes to your mind. That is a stage that you can get things out of it as well. Especially what is like, because you will try to silence your mind and the thoughts will come. Don't fight them. It's an opportunity for you to notice what is coming, you know, what is coming into your mind. Just leave it and observe what is coming into your head. What are the thoughts? They're like little cars, you know, little boats that come floating, they come and go. Not fighting them. It's interesting because you will see what is there. But as you relax and don't give up, you know, you will figure out a way of, I think it comes naturally. Of course, it is important to have the intention to relax, to be like silent, you know, but without fighting too much, because it doesn't help. But meditation will help you take a look at what is coming to your mind, will help you making your mind a cleaner space, because a lot of people, they don't do that intentionally. It's like something that works 24/7, you know, it's so stopping a little bit, it really helps. And also after you get into the next stage, it's really interesting. You can experience even like cosmic consciousness, cosmoconsciousness through meditation. When you really reach that level of silence, you know, and stillness and relaxation, you know, you kind of become one with everything. And this is really life-changing. If you've never had this kind of experience, I highly recommend that you keep practicing. And just like release, you know, forget about your body. Sometimes focusing on at the center of your head helps, or focusing like really expand your energy, your consciousness. Imagine like that you're everywhere, like from space and beyond, you know, to space and beyond. You will feel a deep connection with each and every single thing. And that's what we are. We are connected to everything. It is just that we're too focused on the illusion that we are not. Number nine is reach out for the divine. And what is that? As we are not these bodies, and you want to reach another level of consciousness, We gotta remember that it doesn't end here, you know? Like with the mind, with the physical body. If you wanna live your life from a higher perspective, if you wanna free yourself from this collective unconscious, you gotta be in a higher state of consciousness. You really gotta be in touch with something higher. So imagine that there's a scale, you know, from like the lowest to the highest level of awareness. And so let's simplify it and imagine that this is like physical reality and this is like God, you know, the source manifesting at its purest way, and then when it goes down, yeah, there comes like illusion, the experiences, we learn a lot from it. But imagine this scale. The collective unconscious is something somewhere close to here, you know, it's really close to here. So as you reach out for something higher, if you want to free yourself, or at least start walking on that direction, you know, from the collective unconscious, it's important that you are in touch with something that is beyond that. It is a clearer perspective of what reality is, you know? Apart from these concepts that they are like, it seems like something big to us, but it really is not. Reality is so much bigger than that. And number 10 is never stop. Okay? One day it will be a little easier, the other day it will be a little bit more difficult, but it is important to keep constantly working, you know? If you want to achieve something, you really should never give up. And then, after a while, you will notice the differences. If you put all these tips into practice and insist, you know, keep working on them in a relaxed way, but never really giving up, you will become a new person. And it's interesting when we say like, well, you will become a new person, you will become a different person, because we do change from our past selves to your future self, for example. We do change, but that doesn't mean that you're not being yourself. I really believe that if you work on all these aspects, you will be different, but you will actually be closer to your true self than ever, you know? You're just getting rid of what is not really you. So it can only be a good thing. So I really hope this video helped you. And if you have questions, if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and activate the notification bell so you won't miss anything. I'm very happy that you made it up to here, and I'll see you soon.